is the Chrissy Swan Show.
Devastating news this morning that Liam Payne from One Direction has passed away.
I know, very unexpected and very tragic.
And I'm sorry if this is the first time that you've turned on the radio and that you're hearing it for the first time. There are so many, very sad, grieving One Direction fans today.
Yeah.
And it's just, 31 years old.
Devastating.
It is devastating.
Also devastating to think that he has a daughter, Swanee.
I know. And yeah, look, our thoughts go out to the fans and of course his family and friends. Really, really sad stuff.
Awful. And also often when people pass away, Swanee, we do, especially here at Nova, sort of wind back the clock and listen back to their back catalogue.
Yes.
And a song that you and I have always loved together.
Loved it.
Since it came out. I believe it was on the 50 Shades.
Yes, it was.
Freed.
It was.
Soundtrack.
And that's a long time ago.
Ages. We're going to enjoy that now in Liam Payne's honour. Here with Rita Ora. It's for you on the Chrissy Swan Show.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
And this is always an automatic yes whenever we're offered this magnificent woman. Hello, Miff Warhurst.
Oh, hello, you two beautiful people.
We just get you in. We don't really know what we're going to talk about.
Just for fun.
We just want to look at you. You're so magical.
Oh, thank you. It's
And
nice. You make me feel good. Every time I come in, I feel like
good.
I'm on top of the world.
Well, that's our job, isn't it, Jack?
It is. And you always serve a look for us, Miff.
Thank
Yes.
you.
You dress very well.
Well, I know who I'm dealing with, so I know I have to.
Today,
I know I have
a
to.
denim romper dress.
Denim romper with a boot that is in the style of, I used to wear them in the 1980s. It's like a heeled boot, but with a big overhang that covers
like
up the ankle. It sort of widens the ankle, and I love it.
It's like an uncircumcised boot.
It is actually.
Yeah. It's the best sort of way to describe
That
it.
is.
Yes. It's
Yeah.
got a cover.
Yeah.
It's got a hoodie.
It's got a hood. Yes, it does.
It does. Aren't they good, though? My mum would never let me wear these, probably because of those
Well,
reasons.
no, and she wouldn't trust you.
When I was a kid.
She wouldn't trust you to clean underneath it properly,
Oh, yeah,
That's what it's
true,
like.
yes.
They are a magnificent pair of boots. You are a magnificent woman. Let's talk about Spicks and Specs. Returns this Sunday.
Yes.
7:30.
Back on.
All the standard amazing stuff there. Great show. Something has really caught my eye here.
I know.
There will be a massive sing-along.
Yes.
What is this, please? Because I love a sing-along.
Oh, you do love a sing-along, and it's a beautiful sing-along from the woman who has brought us pub choir. I don't know if you've ever been along to pub choir.
I haven't. I really want to.
Everyone says it's amazing, and I've never done it either.
Chrissy introduced me to that with the videos of them singing Taylor Swift, I remember.
Yes.
They're amazing.
Yeah, Astrid Jorgensen is the woman behind it, and she is phenomenal.
Right.
So she'll be getting us all into a big sing-along because we've got a special guest who has to show off his talents at the end of the show, which might just be the Prime Minister of the country.
This is unbelievable.
It's a little bit bonkers.
It is totally bonkers.
Yeah, because politicians don't go on shows. And I was thinking about it and going, people is like, what's he doing on the show? I think the realisation that regardless of your political preferences, having your Prime Minister on a show that's obviously become so much a part of the cultural fabric that
Yes.
they want to go on the show is like, that's a huge honour.
People can complain and have a problem with everything these days.
They
It wouldn't
can.
even cross my mind.
And I
Yeah.
think it's really great for him to go on a show like that and see a different side of his personality, not just talking about snore stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Like getting into the music and culture of it all.
He does tell some good stories actually about Dolly Parton's two big
Sorry, what?
Her knockers.
buses that he got into the country as
right.
transport minister.
love
There's
it.
that. And look, he's good. And look, I was actually a bit nervous, I have to be honest, because these things can go either way.
Yeah.
You get a prime minister of your country on a show.
Yeah.
And if it turns, it turns. And so I was on my best behaviour for about 2 minutes and then I just forgot.
We're lucky because he's got a personality, which is great.
Yes.
Now, big music day today. Liam Payne has passed away.
This is awfully tragic, and I just want to say sorry to so many people who would be feeling really sad today.
Yes, and that is a real, proper, legitimate grief.
Yes.
I remember when George Michael died, who was one of mine, I said to Jack this morning, I still don't think I'm over it.
No.
So I'm too old to be, thrust into the depths of despair over Liam Payne. Obviously, it's very sad. But you know, it does exist. There are people that are going to be having really, really, really tough days because of this.
Because you adore these people, and they're and his was a particularly intense fandom that he had with his audience, and that is, you know, I think we've come to learn that it's important to legitimise these relationships because they're part of growing up. It's like blokes with sports people, right? That's fine.
Yeah.
We make that serious. It's equally and quite often it's girls who adore these artists, but it's the same sort of thing. It's how you work out who you are, what you want to be, what type of people you want to be around. You play that out through these pop stars, and it's all perfectly normal and legitimate, and these relationships are very, very real.
Yes, I agree.
In your lifetime, Myth, do you remember a particular artist or band passing away that really affected you?
Oh, well, more recently it would have been David Bowie. I remember when that happened, and that just kind of broke my heart. But, I mean, there's always been lots of them that just make you so sad. I think probably given the difficulty of his later story, but Michael Jackson was really sad before.
Yeah, that was shocking.
Yeah, but, you know, obviously there's a really bleak history there as well now that we know. But someone like that,
Jeff Buckley really rocked me because that's our generation.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and he was so beautiful and just such an angel. Sometimes these artists are so special that you feel like we don't deserve them.
I think if an alert went off on my phone and Dolly Parton had died, I would have to clear the schedule.
Yeah, no, that's a no work day.
That's a week off.
Or Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks, of course.
Or, of course, Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Imagine
that
the tragedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine that. Nova would shut down.
Yes.
We just have to go off air for a week out of respect.
Do you have a favourite Taylor Swift song?
Do I have a favourite? I think All Too Well at the moment. I sort of it sticks in my head all the time. That's one of those ones I get all the time. So I think that might be. It's not necessarily a favourite. It's just hanging around.
Is that the 10-minute version?
Yeah.
Too long.
Too long, and I'm normally of your ilk.
Yeah.
Too long, get to the point. But I really like the idea that you can play out some theatre within a song, and she does it so well.
She does.
Yeah.
She does
So well.
And went to watch her perform
All too well,
that.
let's just say.
All too well. To watch her perform that live, you're just like hanging off every word she says.
Absolutely.
Magic.
Myth Warhurst, thank you so much for coming in. Make sure you tune in to Specs and Specs this Sunday at 7:30 on ABC TV and ABC iView. We love you, and please come back soon.
I will come back anytime for you too. Love you.
Hooray.
Bye.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Bubble Skincare has landed exclusively at Priceline Pharmacy. Affordable, high quality and effective. Face your days with confidence. Bubble is a new school approach to skincare designed to deliver long-lasting results.
Shop now in store at Priceline Pharmacy.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Oh, well, there's the answer that we've been arguing to try and find. Which is the better Teddy Swim song, The Door, or the one that I like, Lose Control.
Yeah,
And
so
I
good
always
you
said
can remember the
I
title.
always said it was Lose Control, and I'm right because Cyril hasn't had to work his magic to try and bring it alive.
No, well, you
like
wouldn't.
he has on that one.
You wouldn't be able to on Lose Control because
Doesn't
it's
need it.
so down and
No,
out.
it doesn't need it.
There's no positive vibe or
It's
spin.
magic the way it is.
Nah. The Door lends itself to be even more upbeat and vibey.
No, The Door needs more
You're wrong.
zhuzh. You're listening to the Chrissy Swan Show on Nova. I don't like it when we fight. In
No.
fact, why don't you meet me underneath the stairwell like this couple has?
Hello.
Actually, no, I'm not. I don't really mean that. That suddenly got very, very creepy.
That did. That felt like incest.
That's not right. A couple have been looking for a little quiet spot after the Olivia Rodrigo concert this week.
Last week, I think.
Last week. Wednesday. Yeah, no, this Wednesday.
No,
Last
because
Wednesday.
O-Rod was last Wednesday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go. Anyway, they've been up to no good on the train station and they have flooded the station, causing everybody delays on getting home.
I mean, getting home from a concert is grim enough. You don't even wait till the end of concerts because you've got to get out.
I will not go to concerts anymore after the Harry Styles situation. It took me 2 hours to get home and I was crying in public. I was crying in public and laying on a grassy knoll.
Wow.
Yeah. It was really depressing.
Had there been a PAP photo, that would have looked like one of those fake AI photos where Dickie Wilkins is arrested in a park.
Yes, it
whereas
would have.
Yours would have just been legit.
It was real.
But Flagstaff Station, I mean, it's a boring station. It's kind of fun for it to have a little bit of PR and have a little raunchy moment.
The photographs of this couple sort of nonchalantly sneaking under the stairwell and then running for their lives after knocking the sprinkler system is hysterical. It's very embarrassing and scary when you flood something, particularly by accident.
I've never flooded anything. Have you?
13 24 10. Have you flooded anything? It's like to have to deal with water at home. It's my worst nightmare. Like, I would much rather the house burn down than have to deal with water in my laundry. I don't know what it is.
Well, I do. You're a pyromaniac.
Yeah,
we already know that you are obsessed with fire, so that's why you'd rather that. No normal person would pick a house fire over a flood. I'm just putting it out there.
Okay, well, I've never said I was normal, so you're probably right. 13 24 10, have you ever flooded anything by accident or on purpose? And I am here to tell you that I have flooded something and it was not an accident.
What happened?
I did it on purpose. This is my kids' favourite story that I tell them, right?
Okay.
Sometimes Kit, my 13-year-old, goes, tell me that story again right from the beginning about you flooding your school.
Oh, that's right.
And I tell him, and the reason I tell him is because I want him to know that brain farts are normal, that in your lifetime you are going to do things that are totally out of character and they'll never make any sense to you, as this does not make sense to me.
Especially in these teen years, it's normal. Please run everyone through the story again.
So I was 15 years old and I still don't know why I thought of it. I loved my school. I loved being there. I still love it. But for reasons still unknown, I went into the girls' toilets and I stuffed 4 toilet rolls into the toilet. It's an ancient school. It's like heritage listed, right?
Yeah.
And that includes all the good stuff, but it also includes like the plumbing.
Which is as old as times.
And I shoved 4 toilet rolls in there. And then it was one of those toilets, you know, it wasn't a button. It was like a yank
Yeah, they're
down
fun.
the side. And I yanked it like a woman possessed until the water overflowed the top and then it started coming out all over the toilet stall. And then I fled. I don't even know what I was thinking at that point. And then I fled out for recess. By the time recess was over, there was water flowing down the stairs of my school.
Iconic. Does it still get talked about?
I don't. Well, it does get talked about at my house because my kids are like, "You what? I can't believe it."
That should be on a plaque in that toilet at your school.
You know that it's vandalism. I could have been sued. Like, I could have been taken to court.
Surely not as a teen, though.
Well, you know, they said I was lucky.
13, 24, 10.
Have you ever flooded anything by accident or on purpose?
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
We're asking you, have you ever accidentally or on purpose flooded something?
Adele would have.
Definitely.
Give her a bottle of champers and then she'd be flooding everything.
Yes, she's busy writing amazing songs, of course. This couple has looked for a quiet spot to get to know each other a little bit better. Is that a nicer way to say it?
Yeah. This music does the
Yeah.
describing for us.
And while they were doing that, just chatting about, you know, would you rather?
Chatting, you reckon?
What's your favourite pasta?
I think I would have just been grunting and stuff.
Maybe, but
Heavy
they
breathing.
bumped the sprinkler system at a Melbourne train station and flooded everything and given everybody a massive headache trying to get home. Naughty.
Naughty.
Kiara, what did you do with your...
Hi.
Hi, what did you do with your bath?
I was about 16 years old, and I lived in a 2-story house, and I ran a bath, and I completely forgot about it for about 4 hours until my mum walked in the door screaming my name because the water was pouring down the stairs and through the light fixtures downstairs in the rooms, and it's fair to say I was in a lot of trouble.
I bet.
The water coming out of the light fixtures, Jack, that's what I mean by this is my worst nightmare, because I would just be like, oh, God, we're all going to die now.
It was horrible, but it was never spoken about again. Like, it was
That's
horrible.
nice. That's nice of your mum to just not bring it up every time she turned the tap on.
If I was like Kiara's sibling, I'd rub it in her face every day for the rest of our life.
That's very kind.
Priceline Pharmacy voucher for you, Kiara.
Hello, Matthew.
Hello, how are you?
Did you? Oh, my God, you are a kindred spirit. You flooded your school.
Yeah, at least a classroom, bit of a classroom.
Did you do it on
ran-
purpose?
Yes, we did.
Great.
Sort of.
Okay, good. This makes me feel so much better. Yeah. What happened?
We basically ran a Bunsen burner hose from the water tap. So the water taps were on the benches with the gas taps beside them.
Mm-hmm.
So we ran a Bunsen burner hose from the water tap into the gas line, and we basically turned the water on when we went to lunch. So basically afterwards, that room had water all coming out of it, but it went through all of science gas lines. It also took out the home economics building and that as well. So no one could do anything to do with gas, like cooking or anything, for 2 weeks at least until they got all the water out of the line.
Were you expelled, and how did they find out it was you?
They didn't find out it was me. They knew that it was either one of a few of us. They knew the class, but they couldn't pinpoint who it was.
Matt.
You know how they found out it was me, Matt?
Yeah.
Melanie snitched.
Oh, bloody Melanie.
I had pretty good friends.
Yeah, you did.
If I ever go to prison, Matt, I'd like to take you because you sound like you'd be a dude that could, like, break us out.
Oh, we'll give it a go, always.
I love it so much. And we'll finish with you, Michael. What did you flood?
Well, this is either an alcoholic's nightmare or dream. So I was cleaning the lines of the function room upstairs, and when you pull the water through from the keg room, which is 3 levels down, up to the top floor, you pull the water through, turn the taps off, then go downstairs and connect the kegs.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd turned the taps off, went back downstairs, connected the kegs, got distracted, and then me and another guy were standing in the bar. I said, "What's that water dripping?" I went, "Hang on a minute." I go, "That's not water, that's beer." I went, "Oh no, the taps are on." So it was raining beer. So
oh my God, the pots are on you.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Let's go clicking.
Chrissy's Clickbait.
If you're just tuning in and this is the first sort of radio experience you've had today, unfortunate news this morning. One Direction's Liam Payne passed away overnight in Buenos Aires, and there are so many heartbroken fans. One Direction, it's one of those bands like the Beatles,
yes,
or like Oasis, that really means so much to people of a certain generation.
Absolutely, Swanee. The fandom for boy bands is a different kind of fan.
I agree.
It's really like next level.
Because often it's the first boy that makes you realise that you're capable of those sorts of feelings.
Yeah, of course it would be. Yeah.
They really mean something.
And I should say at the start of the show, I said it's extremely sad, especially as he has a child. He doesn't have a
doesn't have a daughter.
He has a son.
He's got a son called Bear with Cheryl Cole. Anyway, as is their kind of usual way of going about things, some publishing websites have published and released images of Liam Payne after he'd passed away. And I can't think of anything that's worse taste than that.
Yeah, it's pretty bottom of the barrel stuff.
It really, really is. And Alessia Cara, I think, is probably only one voice of millions. Well, of course, we got to know her from her work on the first Moana film. The second one's coming out, by the way. Yes. What a song.
What a voice.
Whoa. She involved in the second one?
I don't believe so. I'm not sure though, but I don't think she is.
That's a shame. But she has called out these websites, TMZ in particular, and just said, you are absolutely disgusting. And we agree.
Yeah.
With that.
It's a shame as well because once that sort of image gets released, it's now all over X and it's already been circulated.
Of course. It never goes away. What was that? That was the scariest thing I ever learnt about the internet. Whatever you put on there never goes
It ain't
away.
getting deleted.
Why is that, by the way? How can that be? Surely everything is able to be deleted.
But how do you delete just one image?
I don't know.
That's been posted by so many different accounts, etc. There would have to be a way nowadays.
That's true, yeah. It's shared once and then it's never...
on several accounts. But it's funny because there's been sports stars who have had images released and suddenly they're a part of big they're a part of big corporations and those images somehow get all removed and deleted.
So that's the thing.
So there obviously really is a way.
There's ways to get rid of it. So... Thoughts, are with you if you were a massive Liam Payne fan, because today is a very, very sad day. change of pace, project style. This photograph really piqued my interest. It's of a house roof in a Perth suburb called Jindalee.
Looks like a roof you'd see in a Colorbond ad.
It does. It's a very nice, brand new cream Colorbond corrugated iron roof. And sitting atop it is not a chimney.
No.
It's not a Halloween decoration. It is a spa. You know, one of those spas that probably were made famous on Big Brother.
Yeah,
where
totally.
very, very naughty things happen. It is sitting on top of this house, and all the neighbours saw it, and they were like, what is going on? And there was some sort of suspicion that, you know, the installer had put it there. Anyway, the installer has responded to the 9 News post of his handiwork, it turns out. He says, well, it looks like my work is getting some unexpected attention for everyone asking. Yes, I did the job as agreed, but unfortunately, the client refused to pay after the work was completed. While I don't normally handle disagreements like this, I had to get creative. And that is where the spa ended up. That said, I always strive to deliver top quality service for my clients. And if you're looking for someone who gets the job done right and makes sure payment terms are respected, reach out to myself or HP Transportation Proprietary Limited. He would have had to have forklifted that onto the roof.
Right?
Like, you're not just picking that up and hurling it on there.
Shout out to the good people of Perth, because that stuff just doesn't happen enough
It's
anymore.
so spiteful.
This is the Chrissy Swan Show.
Real question. I'm trying out some new activewear today.
Yeah, is it on?
Yeah, it's called On. It's
On.
new to Australia. This is not a paid whatever, right? But if the crotch is low, do you know what I mean? Like if I'm trying to shimmy into it, does that mean they are too small or too big?
Yeah, because...
Do you know what I mean? Like,
does it mean you need to yank them further up? Yeah, I feel like they're high-waisted. They look like they're made to be high-waisted.
so how do I get them up any further?
Just full
And then they
full
fall
pull.
down.
Maybe...
So does that mean they're too small or too big? It's a real question.
I'm not sure.
Because I got them, do you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
get them on and then they fall a bit. I don't know. Too big or too small? They're very nice though, aren't they?
Oh, Tom just wrote full camel toe. Thanks, Tom. Thanks for that.
Did you know, someone told me last week that camel toes are a thing. They're coming back.
Yeah, I
They're a
think
look.
Khloe Kardashian has really brought it back because she calls hers Camille. She speaks to it on the show.
That is magical. Do you know if you had one,
Yeah.
do you know what it's called?
What?
A moose knuckle.
Yeah, it is. That's right.
Yeah. Epic.
Hey, coming up before 4, we're going to be asking for your sweeping statements, aka your unpopular opinions. But next, Chrissy's Quizzy to win this trip to Sri Lanka. We have our carryover champ on the line. If you beat them today, you need to just then make it to tomorrow. And you could be flying to Sri Lanka.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
Let's get one step closer to Sri Lanka, shall we?
Experience Sri Lanka with Sri Lankan Airlines, connecting you to non-stop excitement and fun. Book now at SriLankan.com. Chrissy's Sri Lankan Quizzy.
Oh, yes. Look at that. A brand new voiceover and everything. Sri Lankan Quizzy.
It's legit.
Are you so excited, Christy? You are
Oh my God.
2 wins away.
I know. I couldn't even sleep last night. I was yeah.
Get to Priceline and get some rest of it. You've got to sleep.
Or get to Priceline and get some sunscreen, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You're going to need
I
it.
hope so.
Yeah.
I will.
All right. You are up against Catherine today. Hello, Catherine.
Hi, guys. Hi, Chrissy.
How long has it been since you've had a fabulous warm weather island holiday?
Can I say never?
Oh, my God. You will lose your
Desperate.
mind. I can't find my questions, Jack. I've done...
Tom, can we run in some
I've
questions,
lost-
please?
No, here it is. I've got it. Of course, Tom did the right thing. I'm just losing my mind. I'm just so excited at the opportunity to give away this incredible holiday thanks to Sri Lankan Airlines, valued at $7.5 grand.
7.5. Now, Catherine, have you heard Christy play over the last few days?
I haven't actually because I've been at work and I've got a day off today because we're moving. So, no.
Well, she's a gun, so I'm just warning you. You've got to get in quick.
She's very...
Oh, don't put
Okay,
pressure
thank
on
you.
me, Jack.
We call her quick draw Christy behind the scenes, if you
Yeah.
know what I mean. She's
all
quick.
right.
All right, your names are your buzzers. Best of 5. First person to get 3 answers correct meets us back here tomorrow and plays for the holiday. Question number 1. What animal is on the Sri Lankan flag?
Christy.
Yes, Christy.
A lion?
It is a lion. Question number 2. Big breath, both of you. Which AFL club is in trouble for their wacky
Christy.
Yes, Christy?
GWS.
It is. Oh, my God.
And-
See what I mean? See what I mean, Kat?
Also, can I just say the comments I made about when we were talking about GWS yesterday, we didn't know all the new stuff. I woke up today and was like, oh, wow.
Oh, really? Is it really bad?
Yeah, it's not great.
Oh, because we were like, God, it's
fine.
a nanny state.
Yeah, nah, there's probably a few things they shouldn't have done.
Okay,
We'll
cool.
talk about it in the song. Hey, question number 3. This is for the win, Christy, and will get you to the final quizzy tomorrow.
Okay.
7 years ago today, Post Malone released this song. What's it called?
Christy,
Yes, Christy?
Fall Apart.
Yes.
my
Yes,
God.
it is. Christy, that's 3 for 3. We will see you back here tomorrow with another opponent for the holiday, Christy.
Oh, Chrissy. Oh, my God.
You have a good
well,
rest.
Well, get me an easy opponent tomorrow, please.
Catherine, you've won a Chrissy Swan Show limited edition bum bag. How awful is that?
You're fired.
No, that's fantastic. Thank you.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
It's time for this.
Swan's sweeping statements.
You know, last week's sweeping statement where I said if you're the sort of person that backs into a car space, you can go to hell.
Week before.
It continues. In fact, in tomorrow's correspondence, there's another final word.
There is not a final word. Nobody is on your side, and the 3 messages
So
you've
many
received,
people are on
you've
my
sent
side.
through. I will go through every TikTok and Instagram comment with you. I'm sorry, Swanee, you're just wrong.
La la la. 13, 24, 10. What is your unpopular opinion? What is your sweeping statement? I've got one.
Kick us off, Swanee.
I've been sort of brewing this for a while. Things have been annoying me. Every time that you say, oh, God, that person's not my cup of tea. Someone, you know, has read a book on psychology, and suddenly they're a clinical psychologist and they can diagnose everybody. And they'll be like, oh, they're a narcissist. Oh, that's the trauma talking. And I saw a post on Instagram that said this: everyone you dislike who is sometimes selfish is not a narcissist. Having needs doesn't make you codependent. I love this one. Disagreement is not gaslighting, and feeling sad is not depression. Amen. If I want a diagnosis of anything, I go to a medical practitioner or a psychologist or a psychiatrist, someone that has studied these things, not someone that's listened to Mel Robbins.
Fantastic point, Swanee, but I need to get back to the root of this segment. What is your sweeping statement then?
My sweeping statement is everyone you dislike who is sometimes selfish is not a narcissist.
Great, I love it. We need to work on what a sweeping statement is for you, because that was like an essay you just read.
But that makes sense to me.
No,
Does it
but-
not make sense?
No, a sweeping statement is a strong, short, concise statement. All
right, what about this?
No, you've had your chance. No, you've had your go.
I'll take my diagnosis from someone that studied it.
Done.
Okay,
Good
is
sweeping
that
statement.
works? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, my sweeping statement.
No, well, this. If you haven't done a degree in it, I don't want your opinion.
Got it.
Yeah.
Good. I can't believe I'm turning into this dude, but my sweeping statement is cold plunges and ice baths rock. I know. I hate myself. But what happened? I know, I did one earlier this week and I loved it and it was awesome and I got the euphoric rush people talk about after it. My skin felt amazing. It was like all taut. It was just a real vibe. And I went back and did it again.
What?
Because I felt like, I need that rush.
So say that again. It's the ice bath and what
cold
else?
plunges and ice baths rock. I'm going to turn into Joel Creasy and like an ice bath's going to become my whole
No,
personality.
I think he's off it now. You know, it's only a phase.
It's a phase, yeah.
Yeah, it's a phase.
Okay.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
I love this segment because it gets me fired up and it makes me laugh. Two of my favourite things.
Swan's sweeping statements.
Now, I'm not very good at formulating the sweeping statement you've pointed out. So what about this?
Okay.
Here's my sweeping statement, Jack.
Oh, I knew this was coming. Go.
No, I'm really trying to be a good girl here.
Oh, I think you were going to say, if my name is on the show.
Oh, no, as if I would. What about this? How does this go? How does this fly? If I want a diagnosis of a personality disorder, I'll go to a professional.
Yeah, that's good. But I think for this particular segment, the way we would slightly change that is, if you are someone that gives out diagnoses and is not a medical professional, stop. Like, because we need to target it. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, great. I like that.
Yeah.
I like it. But you
Okay.
know what I mean, you know.
I totally get your sentiment, and you are spot on. 13 24 10, what's your sweeping statement? Everyone that gets on air with us this afternoon will win a double pass to Saturday Night, which is in cinemas October 31.
Movies. Hello, Ash.
Hi, how are you guys?
God, we're really good, and I feel like you're really going to set a cat among the pigeons here.
Yeah, my sweeping statement is that people without kids should not be giving you parenting advice.
Amen.
But what if you...
Amen.
100%.
Hard relate. 100%. And I'll tell you that too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
I sometimes give you advice, though.
Nah, no, you don't. Not about parenting.
You don't think
It's
so?
never needed. It's never needed, honestly. Unless someone has kids, I'm like, okay, yep, I'll take it. Otherwise, it's just, it's just irritating sometimes to hear it.
Oh,
so.
God, nothing drives me more crazy. Like, would you ask a 12-year-old for advice on how to drive a car? No.
No.
They've never done it.
Fair point. Susie, what's your sweeping statement?
So my sweeping statement
Hello.
hello, people
Hello.
who listen to their devices on aeroplanes without headphones in are very, very rude people.
Susie, I recently went to Bali with my mum and she did
Stop
that.
it.
And
Oh, sorry, Chrissy.
oh, no, I was horrified too. And I sort of looked at her across the aisle and I was like, oh, does she not realise, or maybe she's just taking a bit of time to pop her headphones in or whatever?
No.
No. And I had to say to her, Mum, you can't do that.
And how did Patty take that? Did she listen?
Yes, she did.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
yeah, thank God. But yeah, why would people do that? That means that everybody has to listen to what you're listening to.
Oh, yeah. We had a flight on Saturday all the way from Singapore to Sydney, and there was a little girl. She was with her parents, and we were like, exactly like you. Like, surely they're going to ask her to put her headphones in.
Okay, there is an
Surely,
example
2 hours into the flight.
where I can give out parenting advice if I'm not a parent. Surely I can say, listen, kid, put some AirPods or headphones
No,
in.
that's just civic opinion. That's not, well, if I were you, I would make sure that they ate their snow peas before they got their banoffee pie. You can jam that kind of advice because you don't understand how much I've been trying to get the snow peas in.
But then I can give the advice as like chuck some headphones in and shut up.
Yeah, because
Okay,
that's
cool.
just like, a person-to-person thing. That's not parenting.
That's not, okay, specific.
yeah.
Let's finish with Tyler.
Hello, Tyler.
Hello.
Hi, Tyler. What is your sweeping statement?
My statement is, if you can't handle spicy food, grow up.
Well, I feel attacked, Tyler.
Oh, I love spicy food. What
Grow
would
up.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
First.
Chrissy's clickbait.
Well, hasn't Dua Lipa set everyone on the trail of unique food combinations
Yes.
since she introduced us all to her jalapeno and pickle Diet Coke hack?
Which wasn't awful.
I really liked it.
I could, a couple sips I could do. As I started to try to drink the full cup, it got too much, but it wasn't as bad as I thought.
But I reckon if you had it in like a short,
Yeah.
like a whiskey glass, lots of ice, I think it'd be really delicious.
You're right. In like a
Yeah.
martini glass even.
Yeah. Just, savour it. Kelly Clarkson has had the great Liam Hemsworth on her show, and she's asked him, does he have any weird food combinations that he likes?
Any odd foods for you that you like?
Yeah, peanut butter and onion sandwiches. And I know it's weird, but I had one of my favourite movies as a child was this film called Little Monsters, which in that movie he wakes up in the middle of the night and goes and makes this sandwich, which is peanut butter and onions. Hold on.
Exactly. I am
They're not exactly they're not the kind of onions that I used to use. No, don't do it, guys. Don't do it. It's no good.
I reckon exactly what you just said in the song. He's been served brown onions, which are real spicy, and maybe he has a red onion in it,
I would
which is
think
quite
so.
sweet.
Also, what do you think about the combo of him and Laura Dern? Because they're currently doing the press trail for their Netflix rom-com Lonely Planet.
There's a big age difference one, isn't there?
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, I'll be watching that.
Same, because I love her, but I would never think to put those two together. Like, it was quite surprising.
I love her too.
And I love him. He's a great dude.
Do you think that'll be sort of hot, the two of them together? I do.
I mean, him, yes. Her, bit mum vibe for me, but that's cool.
Well, yes, she's exactly the same age as Wendy. So that's why you get the
So I'm
mum
not going
vibe.
to get,
Do you have any weird food combos that you love?
Oh.
Because I like the sound of this peanut butter and onion. It reminds me of like my gran used to make a fantastic sandwich, which was just tomato and onion, which sounds like a normal combo, but it was big pieces of raw onion and fresh tomato, also cut really big, and white bread, and it was bloody delicious.
No, I don't. I'm a bit of a snob like that.
Do you ever have peanut butter and Vegemite together?
No.
Oh, God, it's stunning.
Where
I have
was-
it every time.
Really?
Yep, every time I have peanut butter.
I was somewhere the other day and someone ordered Vegemite and Avo. And I was just like...
that's a thing. That's a thing.
Well, it shouldn't be a thing.
Well, it is. I love how angry you are. You are angry like this Reddit article depicts this vendor.
Mm-hmm.
Someone was selling a house. They sold the house, and then right before they handed over the keys, you know, there's time between buying it.
Yeah.
30 days, 60
Your
days,
settlement.
whatever the settlement. The new owners get the keys. They walk in. The entire house, every surface has been painted pale pink.
Oh, that is so irritating.
And it's so vengeful. What for? That would have cost a fortune. Getting stuff painted is expensive. So this vendor, the person that's selling the house, has put in money just to be spiteful.
Yeah, to hate on them.
And also it's illegal.
Make them paint it back. I'd go to the real estate agent and file a suit and make them paint it back to white.
But don't you wonder what makes people tick? Like, what price vengeance?
I mean, vengeance can be fun.
You are evil.
Ricky Lee, Tim and Joel are up next, and make sure you tune in to Quick Draw Swanee because a couple of the gals from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City are on.
Oh, fantastic.
And they are fantastic.
I still haven't watched them.
You must.
Now check this out.
The Chrissy Swan Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.